Hello everyone, welcome to this yin class for moving through transitions. My name is Aaliyah and I'm so excited to guide you through this sequence and this practice today for really moving through and holding space for whatever transition you find yourself in at this time in your life. We are always moving through some form of a transition. It might be something so small and subtle as moving from working to rest. Maybe it's a transition from morning to afternoon or afternoon to evening. Maybe it's a transition in seasons. Right now, as I'm filming this video, this class, we have just moved into autumn in the Northern Hemisphere. So there's definitely this change energy in the air. The seasons are shifting right before my eyes. Maybe you find yourself in a really difficult transition. Maybe it's something like losing your job or ending a relationship or some sort of sudden change in your life. Or maybe it's a joyous transition, like getting married or starting a family or something like that. We always have this point of tension, I feel, regardless of whether we relate to transitions, a transition that we're moving through as something subtle, like moving from work to rest, or maybe something big. I feel like we can oftentimes just try to rush through that turning point. We can sort of try to just want to hurry forward and get to the other side of something. And I think a lot of the time when we're rushing through to just get to the next chapter, or get to that next destination that we want in our lives, we can often bypass a lot of the magic, a lot of the gold, a lot of the clarity that comes when we allow ourselves and give ourselves space to really soften and be in that emptiness, in that gap between maybe who we were and who we're becoming, or what we were doing before to what we're doing next. So this class today is really a sequence to support each and every one of us in resting, in slowing down, in softening into this present moment, and trying to perhaps release some of the resistance or the tension that we have around change. All right, so there is a playlist. It's curated for this class. I take a lot of joy in creating playlists that really suit the energy and the mood of each class, of each yin class that I like to guide. So if you'd like to put some music on for this class, you can find a Spotify link in the description bar below. And if you prefer silence, that's really beautiful too. And for this class, the only prop that you need is a bolster, if you have a yoga bolster. If not, you can just grab a couch cushion or maybe 1 or 2 pillows from your bed. So, don't overcomplicate this for yourself. You'll definitely have something in your home, whether it's a couch cushion or a pillow, if you don't have a yoga bolster, but that's all you'll need for this practice. All right, let's get started. Enough talking. We can put the prop away to the side for now. And we're going to begin lying down on your back. So coming all the way down, bending your knees, planting your feet firmly on the earth, about hip width apart. And then just knocking your knees together, letting your knees join together. And your arms can come perhaps to either side of your body, or maybe placing one hand on your belly, one hand on your heart, whatever feels good for you. Close your eyes. Allow your body to get heavier into the earth. Let's take a deep inhale in through the nose, filling up your belly, filling up your chest. Deep exhale, let everything go. Feel your body getting even heavier. 2 more times, deepest inhale of the day, pulling in fresh, new energy. And a big exhale, sigh it out through the mouth. One more time. Deep inhale in through the nose. Exhale, let everything go, getting even heavier into the earth. Notice if there's any part of your body or your mind that is clenching or tightening or resisting this moment of rest and stillness. Oftentimes when we're feeling maybe some anxiety or stress, it can feel really, really hard to slow down and to be in stillness like this. And I think that's often something we experience when we're moving through change and transition. We might feel this resistance to being in the space of uncertainty or unknown. We might feel like we need to constantly try to figure out a plan or try to be in control of what comes next. But oftentimes, what the body needs most is rest. It's space to let all that thinking go, to let the body uncoil and allow ourselves a pocket of time to really just relax. So give yourself a few more breaths here, a few more moments as we begin our practice together to just keep breathing deep and allowing yourself to soften into this moment. Let your eyes be soft. Relax your jaw. Let your shoulders be heavy. The belly soft. The feet relaxed. A few more breaths. Beautiful. From here, drawing your knees into your chest, grabbing hold of your knees and just gently pressing your knees towards the chest, maybe rocking back and forth, massaging the lower spine. Gentle compression here. Coming back to center and letting your knees simply fall towards the left side. We're coming into a spinal twist. Your right arm goes towards the right side. And if it feels good in your neck, you can bring your gaze towards the right. Only if it feels good. Again, close your eyes. And with these spinal twists, you can imagine that you're wringing out the tension from your body. Just the way a sponge gets wet and you wring it out to let the water drip and release. Imagine that you're also here wringing out the tension, toxicity, negativity, worry, stress from your body. In Yin Yoga, we hold each pose for a couple minutes. And that really is the magic of Yin Yoga, time. Giving ourselves time in each pose is what allows the body to really penetrate and receive the medicine of each and every pose. And really, isn't that such an anecdote for life? When we give ourselves time to be with what we're feeling, what we're resisting, it really is that spaciousness that allows us to transmute that energy and move through that energy with more compassion and grace. So just know that if your mind feels busy, if you feel resistance, it's completely normal. You're not doing anything wrong. And can you let this practice be a practice for perhaps how you can move through change and transition off the mat as well? Bringing your knees back to center. And then drawing your knees into your chest once again. squeeze. And dropping your knees this time to the right. Your gaze can come to the left if that feels good in the neck. Close your eyes. Find stillness. Find rest. Let the pose, let time do its magic here. Slowly bring your knees back to center. Maybe rock from side to side a few more times if that feels good. And then take your time to simply flip over onto your belly. We're coming onto our bellies, resting on your forearms. Your feet are stretched out long behind you. Hands are just comfortably in front of you as you rest on your forearms, coming into Sphinx pose. Your gaze can look a few inches in front of your mat, or perhaps close your eyes. Let your shoulders be relaxed, but also making sure that you're not hunching your shoulders towards your ears. So keeping a bit of strength here, but trying to find that sweet spot. Scan your body, notice if you're tightening or clenching anywhere. Can you relax your buttocks, let your legs be soft? And maybe bring your awareness to the space where your belly meets the earth. Notice as you inhale in how your belly kisses the earth. And as you exhale, feeling that emptiness, that release. 3 more deep breaths. Beautiful. After your next exhale, gently stacking your palms on top of one another and resting your forehead on top of stacked palms. Take a few breaths here. When you're ready and there's really no rush at all, slowly making your way into a tabletop position. Hands aligned with the shoulders, knees aligned with the hips. From your tabletop, maybe gently taking a few cat-cows, or maybe just moving your hips from side to side. Just listen to your body here and take a few intuitive movements in whatever way you need. Maybe it's rolling your shoulders in this tabletop position. Maybe you're just letting your head sway from side to side. Maybe you're really arching into the shoulder blades. Whatever it is that you need, just go for it here. A few breaths. Don't worry about how it looks like. Just focus on how it feels. What feels right? What feels good for you in this moment? Coming back to stillness. From here, we're gonna bring our right foot to the top of your mat on the outside of your hands. So both of your hands are inside of your right foot. You're in a low lunge here. Maybe taking a few steps back with that left leg. Notice how this feels. This is already quite intense, and you might choose to stay here. You might take your prop and rest your hands on top of the prop to bring the floor a little bit closer to you. Or if you want to take it even deeper, you can come down onto your forearms. So find your variation. And if you ever feel any pain in any of these poses, please back off. But it's absolutely normal to feel discomfort in this pose. And that's usually a mental resistance or frustration, perhaps. We're working deep with the hips in dragon pose, in this pose that we're in right now. And when we're moving through change and transition in our lives, there's often a lot of emotional energy coiled up with that change. Maybe it's fear. Maybe it's worry or anxiety. Maybe it's excitement. Maybe it's anticipation. These next couple poses where we're working deep with the hips are where we store a lot of emotion. And so whatever it is that you're feeling, just know that it's really normal to feel those emotions bubble up. And if you do feel emotion bubbling up, whether it's in the pose or after the class when you're moving through life, can you just let yourself really feel them? This is what this practice is for. It's a practice of holding space for ourselves, for not shaming or judging or trying to control how you feel. It's not about trying to control life, because we really have very little control in this life. But it's about allowing ourselves to be with whatever it is that you're feeling right now. Holding yourself in this pose with so much compassion for whatever it is that you're moving through. And allowing the humanness that comes with change, allowing that humanity to be with you on your journey too. Even if it feels messy or ugly or uncertain. We have just a little bit longer in this pose, and I invite you to scan your body and notice if you're kind of gripping or bracing yourself in this pose. And I invite you to see if you can soften just a little bit more, knowing that this too shall pass. Nothing lasts forever. So let yourself really soak it in. Deep breaths. You're almost there. So good. From here, we're going to thread this into our next pose. So from here, very slowly, bringing your right foot towards your left hand. And this doesn't have to be a straight line. It doesn't have to be perfect. We're resting our right leg down onto the mat, coming into pigeon pose. Your back leg, you probably just need to step back about an inch or so. And notice how this feels. Again, if your front leg is not perfectly straight or parallel with the front edge of your mat, that is totally fine. It is okay. Just find what works for your body. It might feel nice for some of you if you feel like you're off balance, or it's just you're kind of, something's not feeling right. It might feel nice to take your prop and just cushion it underneath your sit bones. This actually feels so good, and I might actually take this variation myself right now. So from here, you can stay upright. You can come down onto your forearms. You can come down onto your prop. And for some of you, you can melt all the way down to the earth. Again, scan your body and just notice if there's anything you can soften. And I'm going to be quiet for the next few minutes and allow you to really melt into this beautiful, beautiful pose. honoring whatever it is you feel and allowing yourself to really feel it. Last few breaths here. Is your body asking you to go any deeper? Is there anything else you can soften? When you're ready, slowly rising back up to your hands, leaning onto your right sit bone, moving any props out of the way, and extending your legs out in front. Arms can come behind you, and just windshield wiping your legs from side to side if that feels good, or maybe you're just craving stillness. Just take a moment here, take a breath, releasing all the work that we just did on the right side. Beautiful. And let's move to the other side. So coming into tabletop position. And from your tabletop, we're bringing our left foot this time on the outside of our hands. Maybe inching that right knee back a few inches, feeling yourself in your low lunge. And then again, finding your variation of dragon on this side. So maybe staying right here with your hands planted into the earth. Maybe you bring your prop and rest your hands or your forearms on your prop. Or maybe you just come all the way down to the earth. Find your version here And once you've found it, close your eyes, find stillness. This side might feel completely different than the other side. You might choose a different variation, and that is completely fine. Listen to your body. And again, scanning your body. Are you clenching your belly or your jaw? Are you clenching your buttocks or your legs? Where can you let go? Breathing deep. You're about halfway there. Stay with it. If your mind is going off into stories, just let it. No need to control it, no need to change it. See if you can just observe without judgment whatever is happening in your inner landscape right now. What if everything could just be okay in this moment? What if everything is okay in this moment? Even if it feels loud or scary or uncomfortable. Few more breaths. You've got this. So good, so good. Slowly transitioning again into our next pose. This time the left foot moves towards the right hand. And maybe drawing that right leg back a few inches. Coming onto pigeon on this side. Find your variation. Maybe you're sitting on your prop between your sit bones. Maybe you're staying upright or melting gracefully towards the earth. Again, I'm going to be quiet here for this pose. Allow you to really feel your body, your breath in this space, in this time. You're over halfway there. Keep breathing. And if your body is ever in any of these poses, craving to release sound, maybe a sigh of the breath, maybe anything, any sort of release, just allow it to happen. Let your mat be a place where you can fully express, feel, honor what your body needs to express. When you're ready, there's really no rush. Slowly rising back up, sitting on that left sit bone and swinging your legs out in front once again. Hands come behind you, maybe windshield wiping your feet, maybe just staying in stillness, taking a beat here. And from here, we're bringing our legs to either side of the mat into a straddle pose. It might feel nice to have your prop nearby. I like to place it in front of me. And begin by sitting up straight. Take an inhale. And on your exhale, just begin to hinge forward any amount. This might literally be a micro movement. Until you start to feel sensation on the back side of your legs. You might also choose to sit up on your prop. That will elevate your hips and make it a little bit easier to fold forward. But really, this movement doesn't need to be extreme. The goal here is not to flop forward to the floor. The goal of yin yoga is simply to feel something, to feel sensation in your own body. There's no goal that we're trying to reach. There's no ideal shape that we're trying to attain. It's going to look so different for every single body. So just find your edge. And if your prop is in front of you, you might just like to rest your forearms. It's okay if your back starts to round, that's fine. Close your eyes. Let your belly be soft. And at the same time, feel your sit bones, both of them planted on the earth. Find your breath. And let yourself rest in this shape. Is your body asking you to go any deeper in the pose? Maybe your body's asking you to back off a little bit. Honoring what you need for the next few breaths. Slowly rising back up, moving any props out of the way, and draw your knees in to the center line of your body, feet on the earth. Just turn around so you can see, coming into a little ball, wrapping your arms around your legs. Your forehead comes to your knees. And take a few deep breaths curled in this ball. Letting your breath open up the backside of your body. As you draw in towards yourself in this pose, give yourself just so much love. Maybe reciting mentally, I am safe. I trust myself fully. I trust life. One more deep inhale in, filling up the entire backside of the body. Exhale, let it go. Beautiful. Beginning to unfurl here. We're coming back onto our backs. Keep your prop nearby. Knees are bent, feet on the earth. Coming down onto the back. And brace your core gently. We're going to press into the feet, lift your hips up, and slide your prop underneath your sacrum. So not your lower back, but we're coming a few inches below to your sacrum into supported bridge. From here, you can keep your knees bent, or you can begin to lengthen your legs, stretching your legs out long. A gentle back bend here. Your hands can rest on your belly or come out to either side. Close your eyes. This is such a soothing pose after all of those gorgeous hip openers that we did. Dragon and pigeon, even straddle. Allow your body, allow your sit bones to just get really heavy here. Last few breaths. If your legs are stretched out long, beginning to bend your knees, planting your feet on the earth once again. Brace your core, lift your hips, slide the prop out of the way. And return your hips back down to the earth. We're coming into our final Shavasana. Maybe you'd like to grab a blanket to cover your body. Maybe something, an eye mask, a towel, a t-shirt to cover your eyes. You can keep your feet on the earth and your knees knocked together if you'd like, the way we started the class. Otherwise, stretching your legs out long, taking up as much space as you can. Arms can go to either side of the body. Close the eyes. Take a deep inhale in through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Let everything go. Allow your body to melt into the earth, getting heavier and heavier. Feeling yourself completely relaxed. Shavasana is where the body absorbs and integrates the entire practice that we just did. It is said to be the most important pose of all. So can you really just give yourself the next few moments to really just rest? If you have the time, I really invite you to stay exactly where you are and maybe just let the video fade out in the background. When you're ready to leave and transition out of this practice, begin to deepen your inhales and your exhales. And bringing some gentle movement to your fingers and your toes. Maybe circling the wrists and the ankles. Stretching your arms overhead, stretching your legs in the opposite direction. Take a big stretch, stretch, stretch. And on your exhale, rolling over onto either side and just pause for a moment. Fetal position. And from here, pushing into the palm of your hand, coming all the way back to a seated position. Hands come in prayer in front of the chest. Taking a moment to really thank yourself for showing up for you today, for carving out this space and time to really pour back into yourself, to rest, to realign, to release. And thank you so much for joining me. It's been such an honor. Namaste. If you enjoyed this practice, please let me know by liking this video and subscribing to my channel. I will have a new yin class every Sunday for the next couple weeks. So definitely check it out, come back here, and I hope you join me in a future practice. As always, we're transitioning out of this class and into the rest of your day, and I invite you to just take the energy of this practice and try to move slowly into whatever it is that you're transitioning into. Drink lots of water, and if you have the space and time, it might feel really, really medicinal to grab a pen and paper, grab your journal, and just write stream of consciousness, whatever it is that you're feeling, whatever it is that you're experiencing in this moment, whatever it is that you're moving through. It might feel really nice after this practice to just allow yourself to get that energy out onto the page. Thank you again so much, and I'll see you next week. Bye.